All right, everyone, I have some absolutely awesome news to share with you guys, and honestly, this might never happen again in the future, and I wanted to really point this out and talk about why this is so significant, because right now it doesn't really seem like it's getting a whole lot of attention, and I think that's because a lot of people right now, with the notes for this upcoming maintenance and this week's update, I think a lot of people are really focusing on the fact that the new step-up banner is only going to have mono, and it's not going to have Easton, and obviously that is a whole big topic of discussion right there. I definitely have my thoughts about this, but I wanted to really focus on the good side of this upcoming update, and that is the thing right afterwards, the half anniversary celebration salvage rate up event. Now, we knew that a salvage event was going to be coming to the game soon because of the video that Netmarble posted on the Grand Cross YouTube channel, but the thing is, it's actually a bit different than expected because they are going to be running this salvage event starting next week while we actually still have the event going right now that doubles your chances of getting SSRs from the Gear Gacha. So they are going to be running both of the Gear Gacha events at the same time, and that is absolute insanity. The value that you get from spending gold on the Gear Gacha right now is at an all-time record high, and like I said, they might never do this again in the future. They will definitely run the salvage event in the future, and they will probably end up running the event that doubles the chances of getting SSRs like we have right here, but it is very well possible that they might never run them both at the same time like they are going to next week. Now, just so you guys can see here a little bit of added confirmation, we've got the info here. After the 9/8 maintenance until 9/15, so the salvage event, by the way, is only 1 week long, whereas the event that doubles your chances of getting SSRs on the Gear Gacha is 2 weeks long. It started at the beginning of this week, and it is indeed still going to run through 9/15. So increases the chance for a super success and an ultra success. And just so you guys can actually see the part 1 anniversary notes, this is from last week, and it has all the events that we have going on right now, as well as the timeline for when these events are going to be starting and stopping. And you can see right here, after the 8/31 maintenance, which was last week, until 9/29, and this right here is the section in last week's notes that has the info about the double drop rates for the equipment gotcha. So after the 8/31 maintenance until 9/15, to be announced in a separate notice. And you can see right here, it is the equipment draw pick event 2x drop rate for SSR items. So yes, we are going to be having them both at the same time. There's going to be 1 week of overlap, and this is just absolute efficiency heaven right here. I mean, I really live for moments like this. If you guys have been watching my YouTube channel for a while, or even if you're newer, you know that I really focus on efficiency because that is the name of the game right there. Now, if you guys want to prepare a little bit, I want to give you guys some suggestions on really how you can end up getting the absolute most out of this. So, number one, right now, if you guys are summoning on the Gear Gacha, that is totally fine. You guys can still summon on the Gear Gacha before the salvage event starts, but I would recommend not actually going and salvaging your gear right now because we're going to be getting a rate up event just in less than 1 day now. So what you want to do is obviously end up filling up as much of your inventory as you can. You don't have to get it to maximum because that's going to make your life miserable when it comes to just running any regular content. If your equipment storage fills up, it's going to have you exit and sort this out. But as long as it's close, that's totally fine. Obviously, you want to go through your heroes menu and make sure that you have as many of them with equipment as possible. That's also important not only for if you want to salvage it when a salvage event is going on, but this is also going to increase your account combat class for those buffs as well. Now, something else that you want to do is go through and either +1 or +5 all of your equipment. And if you guys are watching this video very shortly after it is released, this is a fantastic time to do so because we still have 1 more day until the maintenance and this week's update. So that's going to be when the salvage event starts. So perfect time to go through and +1 or +5 all of your gear because it does take a little bit of time in order to do so, especially if you decide to go with the +5 option instead of the +1 option. Now, I know a lot of you guys, probably one of the most common questions that I end up getting is what is actually going to be better, +1 or +5, and I will tell you guys the answer to that is, first of all, are you a newer player, and how important are Awakening Stones to your account? If you still feel like you need a lot of Awakening Stones, and you're going to be working on a lot of SSR and UR gear, in the near future, then absolutely you want to go for +5, because that is going to end up giving you the highest chance to end up getting those 4 and 5 star Awakening Stones. And I'll tell you guys that during a salvage event, if you have SSR equipment at +5 and you salvage it, it almost always, every single piece, almost always ends up giving you, at the very minimum, 2 4-star Awakening Stones, which, because you can end up going to King, and if you want to, you can end up converting your Awakening Stones at a 6-to-1 ratio. It's almost like a third of a 5-star Awakening Stone from almost every single piece of SSR gear. Obviously, some of them still won't, but you can get even more than that. Sometimes they will end up giving you 4, and of course, occasionally you'll end up just getting the 5-star Awakening Stones as well. Now, if you guys have an insane, ridiculous, absurd amount of Awakening Stones on your account already, like I do, then you don't have to really worry about it so much. You don't have to +5, because it is rather time-consuming going through an entire inventory and going through all of your units and taking everything from +0 to +5. It's probably going to burn through a decent part of your day. If you want to go to just +1, that's fine. Obviously, it will have an impact on the chance of you getting your 4 and 5-star Awakening Stones. It's an impact. It might not be as big as you think, but it is still an impact. The only really big good news to +1ing instead of +5ing is obviously the amount of time that you're going to save by actually going through. If you are really low on brownstones, although by doing the actual equipment gacha, you should be able to get plenty of other stuff besides just SSRs, you know, like your SRs and even your Rs that you could just salvage on their own, even if not for the Awakening Stones. You should be able to get plenty of brownstones from that. But I know that going through every single piece of gear and +5ing it can be a bit brownstone consuming. And the only other thing is gold, because +1 only costs, I want to say it is 1,500 gold, whereas taking a piece of equipment all the way up to +5 is going to end up costing you something like 22,500. So let's just do one right here. Oh, never mind. I don't have the brownstones because I think I vendored them all. But yeah, it's like 1,500 gold versus the 22,000 or so that it takes to get all the way up to +5. But anyway, when the update actually lands and we have both the Gear Gacha Double Rates event and the Salvage event active at the same time, you guys, this might be the best opportunity to spend your extra gold that we have in the game. So obviously, if you have an insane, absurd amount of gold like I do, you really want to go absolutely ham and spend a whole bunch of it, as much as you really possibly can when both events are active, because we might not get them at the same time ever again in the future. We really don't know. Obviously, what you do want to do, though, is still save a decent chunk of gold just for all the typical stuff that you're going to need to do on your account, like working on your units, leveling them up, awakening, ultimates, working on equipment, all that sort of stuff. So I would keep a reserve of, 10, 20, 30 million gold or so. But besides that, this is really going to be the time to go absolutely ham. So you guys could definitely bet that I will be continuing to spend my massive pile of gold on these events that we are going to be getting this upcoming week. So I wanted to share this awesome news with you guys while everybody else is really focused on the whole mono step-up discussion, which, yes, I do have my thoughts about that. Maybe I'll talk about them later today or tomorrow, but I want to leave this video on a good note here, so that's what I'm going to do. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did and you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. If you guys want to be absolutely amazing, help out and toss a quick like. It really does help out the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so much to all of you guys who decide to do that. And more Grand Cross Global videos should be popping up on the screen right about now, or in the suggested videos to your right or below. More than 150 guides, tutorials, and fun videos on the channel just like this. Feel free to check them out, but if not, until next time, take care, everyone, and this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.